The city of Pripyat, Ukraine, was bathed in the eerie glow of a spring night. The streets were quiet and the air was still, giving no hint of the catastrophe that was about to unfold. It was April 26, 1986, a date that would soon be etched into the collective memory of the world. The clock ticked past 1 in the morning, marking the early hours of a day that would change history. Most residents were asleep, unaware of the impending disaster. They had no idea that their lives were about to be irrevocably altered. At the nearby Chernobyl Nuclear Power Plant, a routine safety test was underway. The test was meant to simulate a power outage and ensure the reactor's safety systems were functioning correctly. This test, however, would quickly spiral out of control, forever etching Chernobyl into the annals of history as a chilling reminder of the devastating power of nuclear energy gone awry. What began as a seemingly ordinary night would soon transform into a scene of unimaginable chaos and destruction, leaving an indelible mark on the world. The explosion sent radioactive material into the atmosphere, affecting countless lives. The Chernobyl disaster stands as a stark reminder of the potential consequences of human error and technological vulnerability. The once thriving city of Pripyat became a ghost town, frozen in time. The events of that fateful night serve as a cautionary tale, underscoring the importance of rigorous safety protocols, transparency, and a profound respect for the immense power of nuclear energy. It highlights the need for constant vigilance and preparedness. The story of Chernobyl is not just a historical event, it is a potent lesson for humanity. It reminds us of the delicate balance we must maintain when harnessing such powerful technologies. To understand the Chernobyl disaster, we must first delve into the heart of the problem, the RBMK-1000 reactor. This Soviet-designed reactor was a product of the Cold War, a time when speed and power took precedence over meticulous safety considerations. The RBMK reactor was designed to be powerful, capable of generating vast amounts of electricity for the burgeoning Soviet industrial machine. However, this emphasis on power came at a cost, a fatal flaw in the reactor's design. Unlike its Western counterparts, the RBMK reactor lacked a crucial safety feature, a containment structure. This structure, typically made of thick layers of concrete and steel, acts as a last line of defense in case of an accident, preventing the release of radioactive material into the environment. The absence of a proper containment structure meant that Chernobyl was a disaster waiting to happen, a ticking time bomb ready to unleash its fury upon the unsuspecting world. The events leading up to the Chernobyl disaster were a cascade of errors, a combination of flawed design and human misjudgment. The safety test, intended to simulate a power failure, was poorly planned and executed. Operators, under pressure to complete the test, violated several safety protocols, disabling crucial safety systems and leaving the reactor in a highly unstable state. Like a house of cards, the reactor was teetering on the brink of collapse, each decision pushing it closer to the edge. As the test progressed, the reactor's power output plummeted, a phenomenon known as a poisoning effect. In a desperate attempt to regain control, operators withdrew too many control rods, essentially removing the brakes from a speeding train. The reactor surged out of control, its power output skyrocketing in an uncontrolled chain reaction. Within seconds, the core overheated, leading to a catastrophic steam explosion that ripped through the reactor building, spewing radioactive material high into the atmosphere. Immediate impact and the Soviet cover-up. The explosion at Chernobyl was not a single event, but the beginning of a long and harrowing ordeal. The initial blast was just the start of a series of catastrophic events that would unfold over the coming days and weeks. The immediate impact was devastating, leaving a scar on the landscape and the lives of those who lived nearby. The reactor building lay in ruins, its roof blown off, exposing the smoldering core to the open air. The sight was both horrifying and surreal, a testament to the destructive power of nuclear energy gone awry. 2 plant workers were killed instantly, victims of the initial blast and the intense heat. Many more would suffer in the days to come as the true scale of the disaster became apparent. A cloud of radioactive material, invisible but deadly, began to drift across the surrounding countryside, carried by the wind. This silent menace would affect countless lives, far beyond the immediate vicinity of the plant. The Soviet government, initially slow to grasp the magnitude of the disaster, attempted to downplay the incident. Their response was marked by confusion and denial as they struggled to control the narrative. Information was suppressed and the outside world remained largely in the dark about the true extent of the disaster. The lack of transparency only added to the growing fear and uncertainty. However, the truth, like the radiation itself, proved impossible to contain. The spread of radioactive particles was detected far and wide, raising alarms across Europe. As radiation levels spiked across Europe, the Soviet Union was forced to acknowledge the disaster, marking the beginning of a long and painful process of confronting the consequences of their secrecy. The world would never be the same again. Section 5. Heroes of Chernobyl. Sacrifices in the face of disaster. In the face of unimaginable danger, a different story was unfolding on the ground. Amidst the chaos and confusion, a group of unsung heroes emerged, ready to confront the catastrophe head-on. Firefighters, first responders, and plant workers, unaware of the invisible threat they faced, rushed to the scene, battling the flames and working tirelessly to contain the disaster. Their bravery and quick actions were crucial in those first critical moments. These brave men and women, the true heroes of Chernobyl, became known as the liquidators. They were tasked with the monumental job of cleaning up the radioactive aftermath. They risked their lives to limit the spread of radiation, knowing that their actions would have a profound impact on the lives of millions. Their efforts were nothing short of heroic. The firefighters, the first to arrive, faced a scene of unimaginable chaos. They had no time to think, only to act. The air was thick with smoke and the smell of burning graphite. The environment was hazardous and the situation dire. Without proper protective gear, they fought the blaze with courage and determination, unaware of the invisible enemy they were battling. Their resolve was unwavering. Their selfless acts of heroism prevented a potentially worse disaster, as they managed to extinguish the fire and prevent it from spreading to the other reactor units. Their bravery saved countless lives and averted further catastrophe.